Welcome to Nothing But Padlocks. I'm Tim Good, the Technical Director here. Now today I'll be talking to you about Shield master keyed combination padlocks. These are the latest series and they are basically a brass combination padlock, a solid combination padlock, but with the additional function of a master key. Now that master key enables you to both open the padlock without knowing the code and then reset the code back to something else, or back to 000 if you want to reissue the lock. So that obviously gives you the advantage that if a pupil forgets their code or leaves, you can reset that code and reissue it at the end of the year. Or if, for example, a staff member is suspected of doing something unlawful, you can check their locker or gain access to it in an emergency and then re-put the padlock back onto that locker. So let's take the 30mm for example. So the 30mm is fine for most lockers. If however you're using a cam latch system that is similar to this, so this is where you have a kind of button hasp on the outside and then a latch in the middle that locks the locker, or similar to this, then you will need the 40mm size with the thicker shackle. That is because the 30mm, the shackle is not thick enough, and it's a design fault within the latch and the locker manufacturers, whereby a thinner shackle will still allow the latch to open. So if you have something that looks similar to this, then go for the 40mm, the larger size. And if you have a hasp and staple, then you're fortunate enough that you can go for the smaller 30mm. Now, to show you the padlock working, each padlock will come in a boxed format like this that you will receive with its own instructions. You will not obviously get the master key. The master key is ordered separately, so even within a large batch of say 500 padlocks, you would only still have 1 or 2 master keys kept securely. So the padlock in its own right just works like a standard padlock. They come as 3 zeros and can be reset very easily. So you twist the shackle around and there's a little slot at 90 degrees. You push that in, turn it another 90 degrees, and that's held in the reset position. That's a function unique to Shield padlocks to help basically younger students and pupils or staff members from accidentally changing the code of something that they don't wish. So it locks it in that function. So we can easily set the code to 1, 2, 3, for example. We spin it back and it pops out of the reset mode, and then it is still, this is another function that's unique to Shield, it locks the numbers in place so they can't be accidentally changed when the pupil or staff member is turning it back into the lock position. That is a fault with some other padlocks. Anyway, so the padlock can be closed again, numbers scrambled, and there you have it. It's now set to 1, 2, 3. Now, if for example the student or staff member left, or you need to get access to that locker for some reason, maybe an emergency, then you take the master key and you can override the padlock on any code whilst it's locked by simply doing that. So an extrusion pops out and then it gives you access to the locker. Now, if you then want to just put that padlock back on, the locker kept to the same code, that is fine. Just put it back on, lock it and walk away. If, however, the student or staff member has left or forgotten their code, you can use the code discovery function. So again, you open the padlock on any code, take it off the locker, put the extrusion back in, take the master key out, and set it to 3 zeros. You then want to push the shackle down parallel with the notch. So that's putting it into the code discovery function. So you push that down like that. You won't feel really any resistance. You'll just push it till it's firm, and then turn the numbers either direction from the bottom up until you hear a click. So there we go. The first one's locked in. Now we go to the second one. Turn it until we hear a click. And then the third one. Now this will then open or engage once it reaches that final number. So there we go. It is now gone down completely at 1, 2, 3, which is what we set it at. So you're automatically now in the reset mode because it can be pushed completely down. So you can then turn that into the reset mode if you like, set it back to 0, 0, 0, put the lock to the closed position, and you can now reissue that lock as new, or reissue it to a new pupil or a new staff member. So that is the Shield master key combination padlock in its 3rd series now. So they're constantly updating and improving it. But that is generally the most popular lock that we sell for lockers in organisations, schools, universities and gyms. Now it must be noted that we only sell this locker to those type of establishments. We won't sell it to the general public because we're tasked with registering the whereabouts and who has the master keys in the market. So that's the Shield combination, master key combination padlock.